Hello again, I'm Bob Weir with another interview of People in the News in North Texas. My guests today are Raymond Suarez, CEO of Denton County Transportation Authority, and Diane Costa, former mayor of Highland Village and now a board member with DCTA. Thank you both for being here. Most people in Denton County are familiar with Diane's distinguished record as Highland Village mayor, so let me begin by speaking with you, Mr. Suarez. If you would please tell our viewers something about your background.
Sure. Well, thank you for having us here today. I'm Raymond Suarez, the CEO of DCTA. I'm a fifth-generation Texan. Been here all my life. Was born in South Texas. Mainly grew up in Fort Worth, Arlington, Dallas, and spent most of my professional career here. Did spend some time in Michigan as a president of a company there. Spent about 10 years in Silicon Valley, working with global companies, helping them scale. I've been in aerospace, 2 different tours of duty with Dallas Area Rapid Transit, helped build the light rail system. Came back from California to serve as the Chief Administrative Officer for the Trinity Railway Express, and then had a great opportunity to join DCTA 4.5 years ago as the Chief Operating Officer. So I have a long history of serving the public, working in innovation and technology, and was very happy to come back to my home state and this area and to continue to serve the general public.
All right, well, now I'm going to ask the questions about DCTA, and either one of you can handle it. You decide which one wants to do it. I would start out by saying, when was DCTA formed and why was it needed?
Well, DCTA was formed in 2002. It was formed as Chapter 460 of the state of Texas as a coordinated county transportation authority to serve the entire county. And we also have the ability through our chapter to serve adjacent counties. So over the years, we've served primarily 3 member cities, Denton, Highland Village, and Louisville. And we've continued to expand out to serve other communities. And we've recently had the honor to serve the city of Frisco and the McKinney Urban Transit District, which is representation of 5 different cities. And our services continue to grow throughout the region as the demand and the population continues to grow.
And how many board members are on DCTA?
14.
Okay. And how about the qualifications to be on the board? What does that take?
The qualifications, obviously, in a transportation agency would be some experience in transportation, having served the community, the region, maybe in an elected capacity, to understand the areas that we do serve, to be familiar with the community, and to be committed to attend the necessary meetings to make sure that the board does what it's supposed to do to represent DCTA.
How long is each term?
Each term is 2 years.
2-year term. All right, and how often do you meet, and give us an idea of some of the issues that the board deals with?
Well, when I asked Mike Levitt what how many meetings I would be required to attend, I don't think he was honest about it.
Mike Levitt, the town manager.
Our city manager. But I don't regret 1 minute of my time on the board. But we meet, the finance committee meets monthly. The program services committee meets monthly. We have an executive committee, of which I'm a member of, the 3 member cities that Mr. Suarez identified as Highland Village, Louisville, and Denton are part of that executive committee. And then we meet with the entire board monthly, so quite a bit of time.
And what kind of issues do you deal with? Is like new lines, new bus lines, new rail lines, or stuff like that?
Well, the board's in place to provide board governance, approve contracts, and obviously provide strategic oversight of the growth and ongoing operations of the Transportation Authority. So we prosecute work to make sure that the agency moves forward smoothly. But we do deal with a lot of regional issues as well with the tremendous growth. Primarily, we've been focused over the last couple of years with the, frankly, just immense growth between Fort Worth, Dallas, which used to be called the Metroplex, Now the majority of the growth is actually heading north into Denton and Collin County. From McKinney to Alliance Airport, there's just an extraordinary amount of growth. When you consider those 4 counties and the amount as the Metroplex, it's one of the fastest growing regions in the country. We're adding over 100,000 people every year, which is a medium-sized city, if you can imagine.
Oh, yeah, it's tremendous. Denton County alone, I think, is almost 800,000 residents, right?
Correct,
Just
yes.
just in the one county. How is it funded, DCTA?
DCTA is funded primarily by sales tax that's collected. It's a half-cent sales tax from the 3 member cities. We also have a significant amount of apportionment of funding that comes in through government assistance, through the North Central Texas Council of Governments, and through the Federal Transit Administration. So the majority of our funding comes in from those sources. We do have fare box collection, so we're charging fares on our trains and our buses, and that's the predominant source of funds. We also apply for grants for things such as facilities, road improvements, hike and bike trails, and that federal assistance is very important. It's an integral part of what we do.
How about the amount of passengers that are regularly served by, you know, you have, how many buses and trains do you have, for example?
So roughly passengers annually, we carry about 3 million passengers a year. A lot of those passengers come from the University of North Texas and Texas Women's University. The North Central Texas Council of Governments is a partner with us. They help fund a lot of the initiatives that we have. Of the 3, and they help look at ridership projections for our train, for our bus transit system. When you look at the passenger services that we generate ridership from, the majority it comes, a large portion of that ridership comes from the universities that we serve. But the next big apportionment of those passengers are riding the rail system to the Green Line connecting into Dallas and other parts of the Metroplex, but we also have a significant number of passengers that are coming north to go to school. We also serve Highland Village with several different types of services. We have a circulator that connects the business sector to the train station at our Highland Village at Louisville Station. And then we're also doing some innovative services, not only in Highland Village, but around the region, with Lyft and Uber and other real-time on-demand services to serve.
So people who want to travel, let's say, to Dallas or Fort Worth locations, they can transfer from the rail lines here into the DART system, for
Yes.
example?
Yes.
And so they can get a transfer, and then they're able to travel in public transportation all the way around?
Correct. We are one of 3 major transit authorities, the Trinity Metro in Fort Worth. It used to be called the T, Fort Worth Transportation Authority. DART and ourselves, along with the North Central Texas Council of Governments, are working to create a comprehensive network of transit services so that people can travel about the region. And that's one of the major things that staff and the board work on together with our regional partners. And when we look at our strategic vision and how we're mapping our path forward, we look at those regional connections. So some of the things that we're looking at in the near future is, with the extensive growth north in Collin and Denton County, the 380 corridor is something of significant interest. We've had such immense growth along Sam Rayburn Tollway 121, with Toyota corporate headquarters coming in, Lincoln Financial, Chase Financial, Jerry Jones, Grandscape, the Blue Star. There's so much development in that area that we're looking at express service between McKinney and Louisville, trying to connect the region.
That all points out the need for transportation,
Absolutely.
and the growth and the business community as well. And I understand you also mentioned the bikes. The bike trails, and bikers can sometimes put their bikes on the bus,
On the buses and the train.
and the train. So it's very versatile from everything that I've seen. I'm getting the signal that we have to close up. So let me just add this to it. The employees do not work for DCTA, but for the Transit Management of Denton County, a subcorporation of First Transit, which is a DCTA contractor, right?
Correct.
Okay, Mr. Suarez, Diane. If there's anything else you folks would like to add, please do. We're going to wrap up.
Well, we want to thank you for the time and for this opportunity to address your community. As public servants, we're always looking to add value. We're in a year of change. We need to listen more closely to our constituencies, our stakeholders. It's my commitment, our board's commitment, that we're going to do a better job in a time of significant growth. It's important that we understand what the needs of the communities are, and I'm very excited about our future. We're getting a lot of requests for transit. I think it's an absolute need for the future of a healthy economy.
Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate meeting you.
It's a pleasure.
Always
you,
a
Bob.
pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Always love to see you, Diane.
Thank you so
And
much.
thank you so much for watching.